Hi, welcome to 297th DTA. I am Sergeant Scott. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to properly plug in and turn on the Kalmar brand RT240 Wretch Simulator. It's actually very simple. You've got around about 6 different steps. You do them in sequence, you're golden. I'm also going to be teaching you how to properly shut down the simulator. I have to film this whole thing on my phone because I have nothing else to use. Alright, so when storing the simulators, they're going to be stored over here in the corner, side by side. An important note, when you're storing them, the parking brake needs to be in the off position, because this is forward and this is parking brake on. This is parking brake off. The reason why we do that is so we don't wear out the springs that keep this thing nice and snappy. Okay? Alright, now then. The simulators need to charge up for about 10 minutes when you first plug them in. When you're plugging them in, you're going to plug them in here using this big old cord here. Follow along across the floor. Got your 3 outlets here, and then your power goes from here to around about right here. This is your main power plug right here. Go ahead and just leave this thing plugged in right here at all times, and then whenever you unplug it from here, just bunch it up and throw it right here where the feet normally go of the driver. And when you're plugging it into the projector, I'll go ahead and show you the projector here in a second, you need to pay attention to how you're plugging this thing in. This is a standard VGA plug. As you can clearly see, it's long up top, short on the bottom. And right here is the VGA plug. I know there's not much light there. It's long up top, short on the bottom. Don't mess with the other plugs here. You don't really need to worry about them. Alright, so we take our plug here, we go ahead and we plug it in right here. We go ahead and give it a little wiggle, and it should be nice and firm right about there. It shouldn't move too much. And then you just go ahead and tighten down one of the 2 different finger screws, just like so. That's just to keep it firm and stable. Okay? That's good enough to just go ahead and keep that in there. Now then, to get the projector turned on and get the projector set up properly, just go ahead and leave the projector here at all times. The projector shoots at that screen, which is also going to stay there and set up at all times. You can clearly see the image on the front when it's projected from the back. You do not need to turn this projector towards the mirror. This projector is set up to produce a reversed image so that when you're sitting in front of the screen, you see a normal image. To turn the projector on, if the green light is blinking, that means that it's in standby mode. You just press it once, and it should start coming up just fine. To turn on the simulator itself, it's been plugged in and charging for the past 10 minutes before I started shooting. So what we're going to do is walk around here to the side. Down here is the main computer. Go ahead and open the case up by pulling right there. Remember, do not put anything heavy on this panel right here. Okay? This is not a load-bearing panel. You will most definitely break it if you put any weight on it. Okay? Here's your DVD drive. Here's your hard drive. Do not mess with these. They do not need to be messed with. The hard drive does not come out because it's permanently locked in place. The DVD drive doesn't have anything in there for you to mess with. Also, don't put anything in it. Don't take anything out of it. Just don't mess with it. 2 USB ports for plugging in a supplementary keyboard and mouse if the keyboard and mouse right here for some odd reason fails on you. Power switch is right here. Heat exhaust fan right here. Go ahead and press the power switch once, and it comes right on. Now, during the boot up sequence, go ahead and stand back here where the keyboard is. The screen is already changed. I'm going to go ahead and turn off. Oh wait, no, I don't need to turn the lights off after all. Alright, so here's the normal boot up sequence. I'll be going ahead and doing a short, boring stuff you need to know segment. Alright, so it's hanging on this screen saying CMOS checksum error defaults loaded. This is not a problem. This is perfectly normal. because it's giving you some instructions right down here under that. It says press F1 to continue. So what are we going to do? Go over here to the keyboard, find F1 right here, and we press it, and this happens. It starts going through the rest of the normal boot up process. Go ahead and set this down so it's a little bit more steady for you. I'll go ahead and take this moment while it's booting up the rest of the way to let you know this stuff. There is an information plate on it from Kalmar themselves. Information plate's not going to be of any real use to you because nobody over at Kalmar is licensed or even trained on how to work these simulators anymore, how to repair them, how to set them up, or anything to do with them. However, when I was first tasked with figuring out what was wrong with these simulators, I figured out in about 45 minutes that they're built on high-end, bleeding-edge PC hardware from around about 2005 to 2007. It's the same kind of hardware I was using to build people custom gaming rigs that I personally could not afford. But I was able to build them. So, here we go. Almost up. Oh wait, no, I've got a little bit more to go. I know you've seen that NVIDIA logo there a couple times now. It's because it's using NVIDIA video hardware on the inside. It's the same stuff that the original Xbox used. Alright, now then, over here, stuff of interest are Retta Original and Retta V2. You want to use your mouse pad to double click on Retta V2. It's a touch mouse. Right there, you got buttons here, button. This is also a mouse thing here. You don't really need to worry about that. All these buttons will work for doing whatever mouse things you want to do. Alright, so we go over to Retta V2, which is the one to use. We double click, and that comes up. We are going to, for the sake of argument, going to go ahead and use scenario 1. So we click on that, then we go down to start. I apologize for the shaky cam. I'm having to use one hand. And then we press start. This pops up, we wait, we take our hands off. And it is started up. Okay, now then, here's where you can actually start beginning to operate the virtual Kalmar. But your controls are not yet active. Oh wait, they are active. I just made a liar out of myself. Alright, so the thing that I was going to have to show you is this switch right here. As you can read it, it says it's in the on position. Now if we flip it the other way, it's in the off position. This is how it should be stored, in the off position. Put it into the on position, powers up these transformers, which power the Kalmar controls. Now, with that on, parking brake is already off, and we can go ahead and begin operating it normally as we would were it a normal Kalmar. As you can see, we're already kind of moving. Go ahead and, there we go, pull back on the stick there, and there that goes. Alright, so, enough demo for there. Let's go ahead and shut this down. So, you shut down the controls as you would a normal RT240. Except, you come back here, and you go ahead and you flip this switch into the off position. The controls are now off and will no longer turn on, because we are no longer supplying power to them, as you can see. Now then, to get out of this scenario, do not unplug the system. You will break the system if you just unplug it. Instead, to escape the scenario, come down to the keyboard and you press escape. I'm going to press it now so you can watch what happens. Escape has been pressed, and there we are. Now then, to get out of this window, we just simply go over here to exit, click that, and we're good to go. Next, to actually shut down the computer, we go to applications, or sorry, actions I should say, which is right there, and we have log out. Click on log out, select shut down, and then click on OK. The system will now shut itself down. This video is to be used for a reference guide only if you end up forgetting everything that I taught you when we initially went over this. Alright, so with it all off, we go ahead and close this panel here. Don't worry about twisting this lock, it doesn't even work anymore because it's bent right here. That's how you're actually going to be opening and closing it. But it's stiff enough to actually stay up. The keyboard, make sure it's pushed in here. Now the keyboard and mouse combo thing plugs in via this USB cord here, which is plugged in right here. Do not unplug that, just go ahead and leave it plugged in. To disconnect the projector, come up here, twist this until you can feel it nice and loose, and then simply firmly pull, and it comes unplugged. Make sure that all the pins are still good and straight. That means that your cord is still good to be used. Next, we're going to take this cord, come over here to the projector, shut down the projector by pressing this button twice. The projector is now powering off and cooling itself down. Go ahead and take this cord and just bundle it over here. And once the actual projector fan stops turning, that's when you're going to go ahead and flip this switch here on its power strip to stop supplying power to the projector. Next, we come over here, power cord, and we unplug the power cord. Simple, right? Just take that cord, bundle it up into the seat or onto the floorboards, just like that. After that, you're going to bundle up this cord, put it back in the corner over there, take the simulator, and wheel it over next to its brother, and just let it sit. Okay, that concludes this video. I hope it's been instructional for you, and I hope that you find it useful in the future should you forget everything that I taught you earlier. Yep, okay. I think that's everything. If you have any questions, go ahead and throw them in the comments section down below, and if I have enough signal to actually be able to check it while I'm out there, I'll go ahead and reply. Alright, have a good one. Don't fuck it up. Bye. Alright, so this is going to be a quick supplementary to what I told you earlier with the projector. I realized while rewatching the video that I forgot to actually tell you how to turn the damn projector on. So, here we go. Alright. Power strip, projector. It's already plugged into the power strip right there. So how do we do that? Easy peasy. Turn the power strip on. Come over here to the projector. Wait for the red light to come on. There it is. Press the button twice. 1, 2. Light turns green, and we start hearing the projector's internal cooling fan spin up. You should be able to hear that. If you can't, I apologize. And blue light means we're getting an image. Kind of very dimly. Right there, there we go. Now you can see it. Alright, turning it back off again. You already saw that in the video. 1, 2. Now it's off. Wait for the thing to finish cooling itself off. And then flip that switch right there to shut down power. Alright, I apologize for failing to have this in the main video. I'm going to go ahead and tack this on at the end.